first part of the journey, I was tripping around, you see. And then I found some gold in the ground. I got the fever inside me. The first thing I found was a mine with no name. It felt good to be high on the green, 'cause in the mine you can't remember your name. So awesome sauce became the claim. La 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 la. You're mining for gold, but you're doing it all wrong. And I have to tell you now, there's another way. Down the pile of gold mining, they can show you how. And we'll even have some fun along the way. We're having fun mining gold down in the sun. Digging in the dirt is what we do. It's not really hard, don't be a puss, get in your car. Come on out to Vegas today.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. We're at Awesome Sauce again. Today, we're going to get some more pay dirt for everybody. We're going to continue the hole here, vacuum it out some more, because vacuum is where all the good stuff is down here off the pay layer, which is about 6 inches thick here. So we leave about the last 6 inches and put that in a bucket by shovel, and then we vacuum it out. Last time we had enough from bucketing to not have to vacuum. So today we're going to do the vacuuming. And I'll just keep that separate from the rest of what we grabbed so that I can show you guys what comes off the bedrock out here again, which I've shown multiple times in the other videos. We've started here backfilling from over here. There's our large rock pile. Most of this is all large boulders of quartz. This is my tailing pile, or not tailing pile, but stockpile that I was working, that I stopped working with the water. Now it's just sitting here. I figured there's not much left in this because this was the top material of the hole, so that's why that's still sitting there. We ran the first top half of that and we recovered the gold and silver out of that, which came from here, and that stuff all got worked and cleaned out. So, but probably this winter I'm going to come back out with the water again, and we gotta set all that up, and this pile will grow again, because I like to run out here better than bringing it home. But I don't like how dry washers don't get all the gold and sluices do, so that's why I'm going to run the high banker at home to clean out what I can for myself, so that I have more gold to put in vials for you all to get with your bags of dirt. So Kevin's over there looking at the other hole that we dug last time we were here. Found some gold out of that one also. Not very much, but you know, we hadn't made it past like 6 inches of dirt. We only took like, what did we take, a bucket out from over here last time?
A bucket and a half.
Yeah. So, that's a big piece of quartz there too.
There's some fresh poop.
Yep. I guess it was too cold up in the mountains the past night. Horses and all the deer came down. Well, before it gets too hot out here, we're gonna get started. I'm hoping I don't have to put my tarp up for shade, but probably will anyhow. There's Kevin doing the final cleanup on the bedrock area that we're cleaning up. We don't need to take the actual bedrock out though. And what we did is we found this nice little channel right here, natural pay channel. That's got hopefully a lot of good gold and silver in it for everybody. It's not the only section that we collected vacuumed. We're going to mix it all together, and everything from this whole area that got vacuumed is going to be what we put in the pay dirt boxes. So once we get it all, mixed together really well, so that we don't have to worry about one spot being not thoroughly mixed in with everything else, we'll get it boxed up and out to everybody again. See as how we run out so fast. I see this lasting about a week. So get your orders now. We're gonna start another dig spot right over here in a little while. Look at that big piece of rose quartz. More rose quartz, rose quartz, rose quartz, sulfide quartz. This whole area up here is where we're gonna start getting some other stuff from, because I got 3 washes that convene in one just behind here that I think is probably going to be one of the better spots for us to be collecting at anyhow. We just started way down here because it's easy to park. We're there, parked there. Just can't beat that, Most of the area right along here is going to be the same way because we got a road that goes all the way up to where the washes go. So we did take a small sample from here one day. Got gold out of that also, just this little, not even beer deep hole. So doesn't matter where we are out here, we sink a shovel, we find gold. So always best big chunky stuff down on the bedrock where we're cleaning up finally now. Let everybody get a good look at this. Yeah, that looks everybody nice and clean, right? It's like Molly the Maid was here. Molly the Maid in the desert. But as you can tell, the bedrock here had a lip right here and a drop there, and we recovered 400 grams of gold from this little area. And then now we're over here. I'm expecting another 4 grams from here also, so we'll see what everybody gets. Hopefully there's some big silver nuggets in it also. So we're also gonna, here in a few minutes, we're gonna get some more of this material for ourselves so that we can get just some more gold, because we like to have stuff for ourselves too. So we're going to fill out the back of the bed of the truck with some, what I call the overburden, which is still a very good workable material. But if I'm going to sell it to people, I'm going to sell the stuff right off the bedrock, which is the best out of all of what I get out here. So I think this area right here, the wash, might actually have some really good gold in it and stuff. Got a nice rock pile built up right here from everything over there that I've been throwing in. I want to do a little high bank samples on this soon, just to find out if there's anything in this couple inches of material that's on this bank all along here. I think there's probably good stuff in it. I mean, everywhere along the bank is this kind of quartz, which is some of the best looking quartz that I see anywhere. So I think Kevin's pretty much done now, so I'm going to shut that down on him, and we're going to get some things done. Talk to you guys soon.
Whatever works.
Yeah. I just wanted to show everybody the kitty cat that came out on the bucket from the sun. But we finished up over there in the main hole that we've been digging in, and we're starting to think about another hole, which is up over here. We did some vacuuming out of that. We're going to keep that vacuuming for ourselves. We have to know if there's something there that we want to dig for. But we did a little sample right here, which I was telling you about earlier, and we're going to head up a little ways to the conjunction of where 3 washes is. And we're going to dig down, vacuum there also, but we went about 1.5 feet down to bedrock here. Nice hard packed bedrock, completely different than the stuff down lower. So it probably has more chance of holding more gold because it doesn't erode away and travel down the hill. So, but here in the next minute or two, I'm going to go up here about another 100 feet. I'm going to dig a hole down, and we're going to get a nice big sample out of that one. So that way we can have maybe a whole bucket full of vacuumings from there. Yeah, we'll bring 2. That way we can just have small amount to have to carry back, because it's a little longer of a walk. And to walk up the hill to get to the truck parked up there would be worse than walking back down. So we're gonna head back up the hill a little bit. We're all packed up, ready to go over there right now. So I gotta get off the video and go take care of business. I'll see you guys in a little while. Do some samples or testing of the materials and panning after we get back to Vegas. So. Okay, everybody. So we've made it up the wash to where the convergence of the two is. There's one. There's the other. And where we are is about 8 feet away from there. We've already hit bedrock. We haven't even dug down yet, so we're gonna hopefully follow the dip to where bedrock finally hits rock bottom here. And after we've got it all cleaned out, we're gonna vacuum that, bring that home, and see what we get. And if we get good numbers on gold, we'll come back and get the pile that we created. So we're pretty much halfway done too. Nice shallow bed. So. And it's is that bedrock right there too, or is that dirt?
I think that's dirt.
Okay.
That's where that was where the sage was growing.
Yeah.
The dead sage.
We want to follow this back to right where the drop off happens for that, and then after we've gotten to that, we'll vacuum all of that whole area. Hopefully we get a couple of grams of gold, I'm hoping. So should be a very good day today, seeing how much bedrock we got exposed. So I'm hoping for. Does Kevin have anything to say?
Not much right now.
Yeah.
Put
us on the radio, we might have more to say.
Only say what I know.
Yep.
The less you say, the less you can fuck up.
That is true. So I'm pretty sure all of this right here is all bedrock right here too, where these two converge at. And all of this is pretty much all quartz. Purple quartz, yellow quartz, white quartz, gray quartz, black quartz. All that's right here is all quartz. So I guess we'll just start coming this way now. Just shovel this all over here into that pile. I should have grabbed 2 shovels.
I got an idea when you're done.
Okay. Yeah, speak your mind on the video. That way people know what our ideas are.
I was just going to suggest that we vacuum this little hole that we have right here, see what we and then move up.
See what the bedrock looks like first.
That way we're not throwing. Yeah, see which way the angle of the bedrock runs.
Yeah.
And see if we want to dig here or if we want to go back towards the sagebrush.
Yeah, I was thinking we might actually be coming this way a little bit also.
That too, even though that huge huge purple
yeah.
quartz is there.
Yeah, these big rocks like to catch stuff.
But if we vacuum this little area first, we get an idea of where the bedrock's running.
That'll work. Might as well do that now. We only have what's left in there and one more refill on this, so. And that's about another half hour worth of run time on here, so if not longer. We'll see.
This is just going to be a 5 or 10 minute run is all.
Yeah, if that. And just grab the shovel and pull that out. Back up.
Well, with the rocks that was in it, I was having a hard time.
Yeah, those big rocks are a pain in the ass. So.
Plus, I didn't know how much you wanted to pull back if you wanted to vacuum it.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's almost a bedrock right there.
Yeah, well, I pretty much just walk what's off bedrock right here, so we don't have a quarter mile to walk with, multiple heavy-ass buckets. I'll put this downhill behind us. Keep gravity working in our favor. It's a nice piece of quartz right here, though.
Yeah, I took that over there on purpose when I covered it. That was in the hole.
Well, we're going to get the vacuum and then I'll show you guys what it looks like after that. Hopefully the bedrock's changed quite a bit up here and has a completely different look. So everything down there was purple with inclusions of color.
It looks like this is too, though.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see the hangman out there, but I'll try and zoom in. There he is. That's Kevin. I'm calling him Hangman because I know so many Kevins. His last name is Noose, so I figured call him the Hangman because his last name is Noose. It just makes it funnier. And kind of sounds kind of weird and creepy at the same time. So, anyhow, I'll bring you guys back over to where the dig hole was, show you what we got vacuumed out. All we took today from this hole was specifically just vacuumings. We got about 4 3/4 full buckets. So, or about half full. Yeah, those are about half full. So we got a total of 2 buckets out of there in vacuumings, which is pretty good for vacuumings. We got about 4 buckets of vacuumings out from down there, right?
About 2.5.
Yeah. I'll go get the video of the hole and then I'll grab the other 2 on the way down.
Well, 2.5 in one spot, but yeah, more from down there.
Yeah. Now I could be walking down there in the wash, but there's more plants there, a lot of dodging things. Here's a good thing for all of you guys to know, and girls to know about this claim that you guys would be visiting with Club Empire Gold Mining. I have never seen a one snake out here. Not a one. Whole bunch of lizards, birds, deer, horses, burros, you know, 4-legged animals. None of those things with no legs out here. There we are, I'm back, and where we were digging at. So we did my favorite thing is high grade shooting or high grade mining. You go and you take everything out except for your last little bit along your bedrock like this, which is, you know, about 2 inches, 6 inches, all depends on the type of material. This we did about 2-3 inches because it was so shallow. But what we did is we started the upper area where we think the bedrock is, and we'll follow that bedrock down to its lowest point. When we come back next time for this area, we gotta clear out all of this whole area here. And we're gonna move that out. And we're gonna recover the gold into that. And then this winter, when we're out here, I'll run the tailings pile through and get whatever's left over in that. But this hole, as you can see, I can easily lay down in, foot to head. So, it's nice and cool right here. I'm gonna hang out here for a second. So, we piled it all up here, or at least most of it off the top, and then vacuumed it all off. And that's those 4.5 buckets that Kevin's working on getting down right now. That we're probably going to keep for ourselves unless we start finding really good numbers in there, and then we'll sell it as a high grade pay dirt. But we like to see gold for ourselves also. So anyhow, let me get out of this hole. It's amazing how comfortable a hole can be when you lay down in it. I like to call them nature's recliners. And I find them all over the place. Well, I make them all over the place when I dig out my holes. So here's another one of those spots where we'll be, ooh-wee, sorry, off subject from what I was on. This quartz right here with all the iron in it. That's very pretty. That's a very, very good sign that there's gold in this piece of quartz. So, just need to get a crusher, which maybe if this pay dirt keeps sounding like it is, getting a crusher and the rest of the equipment that I want isn't going to be a problem to get out here and start making a lot of money. So, I mean, that hole, I'm hoping, has a couple $100 worth of dirt in it, or gold in it, gold and silver. We won't know until later today. But we're heading back pretty much right now. I'm going to take him over to the next little spot. We're going to do a quick snatch and grab, I want to call it. Because we're not going to be methodical about anything. We're just going to dig it and take it. Because the last time I took right off the surface in that spot, I found a couple flakes of gold and a whole bunch of pyrite. So I just want to get a couple buckets of it just to play with. So, oh, look at that, you already got all the buckets down, cool. So, we're going to get cleaned up at the truck, and then head off. Talk to you guys here later after a cleanup or two, or during a cleanup. Okay, so me and Kevin decided we'd come over to this little area right here where it's literally just quartz dirt. Everything's literally quartz rock, quartz. This stuff here, I want to vacuum out all this quartz bedrock, of course, and see what I can find. I think there's going to be really good stuff in this section right here. So we're doing a little sample there. You can see the black sand, how dark it is going down to that spot from this spot here. There's an old rock stack right there. I showed you guys this in one of the other videos a couple weeks ago. So finally here to actually take a sample. We took one hole about the screened 2 buckets worth. That's already in the truck, but we're screening it so we don't have to bring back these larger rocks. But we've got maybe 1 or 2 scoops left, so this bucket's full, and then we're done for the day. And hopefully we have a nice sample out of this area. We got 3 total buckets of, you can call it bedrock material because it's all off the bedrock within like 6 inches. So we'll show you guys what we get out of this. Last time I did a sample pan out here in this specific spot, I got like an ounce of pyrite. I don't know if the pyrite was holding gold or not because I hadn't singed out or anything, but after all this I'll have enough to send out, and then we'll know. So what's that here? Probably the last scoop there, Kevin. And awesome sauce is over there. So this is the same geological gold pay layer that runs through awesome sauce. So
How do you pull a rock that's buried under dirt out that clean?
yeah, because it hasn't been there long. And this is the hole we started at and did the first sample. I just scooped it all out by hand off of bedrock. And that's all the quartz rocks that came out of the hole. So, and this is the quartz material. That's quartz material. This is vacuumings. And the rest of this is all vacuumings. So hopefully we have good stuff to look at home. Right on this top lip. Should be fine. Alright. Right, so I've made it back to the house. I've got, this is a little bit of bedrock vacuumings that me and Kevin are keeping for ourselves so that we have a little bit. This material came from the quartz outcrop area that I'm calling quartz sand because that sand's pretty much all just decomposing quartz. So that came from the upper sample. We only took 1 bucket there because it was a good little walk away. And then we have the rest of all this. This came from quartz sand also. These 2 buckets. So this is all material from quartz sand. My first sample of quartz sand, I did one pan, and I found like a 1/2 ounce of pyrite and like a 1/4 gram of gold. So I figured, this stuff over there and the stuff right here should have a good amount of stuff for me and Kevin to play with. Or if I think it's good enough for sale, I might even list it for sale. But oh, that's a heavy one. And this is some more direct bedrock vacuumings. This is bedrock vacuumings from our second little hole that we showed you, that small one on the video a few minutes ago that I showed you. This is bedrock vacuumings from there. And then we have this material here, which also came from that hole. So this is all here, bedrock vacuumings from the main hole. And this all came from the upper big hole. All of this is all bedrock vacuumings. So hopefully there's a lot of good stuff in all of that. And I'm gonna sample each bag before I start packaging it up for everybody. Half of that we're probably gonna keep for ourselves, so that we have something to salt with into the vials. So looks like I got a crack in my metal there. Anyhow, I get this last sample out from quartz sand. These are heavy, so very heavy. Anyhow, I gotta go hands free with this, which means I gotta let go of this. So I'll let you guys know here in a few minutes what's coming out of these. Okay, so what do you guys want to see me do first? This set of bedrock vacuumings from the main hole that we dig from, or the stuff from quartz sand? I'm thinking to play a game. We'll go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. I don't know how the rest goes, so I'll pick you. Oh, whew, now I'm real dizzy. How about you guys? So we're going with, what's that again? Yeah, quartz sand upper sample. So I'll bring that over here. I'm gonna get this stuff out of my way real quick. Get this put over here. Caught my spot on my bucket. And let's see. I don't want this one. Take that one. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pan 2 or 3, and then put my cons into my finishing pan. So I'll pan with this like normal, and then I'll switch. I'll wash this out into my pan. So we'll see what's there. Let me do that while I'm not on camera, because that's going to take me a little while. I'll do the first one on camera just to see if we find anything. I'm just going to scoop it out with my hands because it's easier for now. So a couple hand scoops out. There we go. You know, this material is completely different than the rest. So, let's see. Alright, let's see. Where did I put my little pan? Okay, there it is. So I'm going to swirl it, get my material fluidized, push it all down to the bottom of the pan. Then I want to shake it left and right. Bring it down to my focal point. Dunk it and lift it slowly. Get all those light materials out. I'm going to shake it left and right a little more. Since it's all a lot of heavies in here, I want to try and make sure I give it as much time as I can to get to the bottom of the pan. I'll wash it out some more. Alright, and I'm down to about that. And I'll do that about 3 times before I do this pan. So I'm going to get onto that. Okay, so this is pan 2. See all of it's quartz in there. You don't really see any other rock except for that one is still pretty much quartz. That one's quartz. So that's why I'm calling it quartz sand area, because everything here is pretty much quartz. And then there's a little bit, it seems to be clay with it. So work this down again real quick. And I get on to pan number 3. Alright, this can go in here. Alright. No, I didn't get the tacks. There we go. And I'll put, 3 handfuls again. Most of this, once I put it under the water, seems to be dissolving almost instantly. You know, those bubbles come off. So what I'm doing under the water is just grabbing it like this to mix it all up, slurry the material, gets rid of all the lights out of the way. So, last pan for quartz sand, and then I'll move on to the lower sample and see if there's anything there. Well, not the last pan of the upper. the last pan I'm going to do right now. Probably going to end up running it through the sluice just because it's easier than panning it all. Keep that material moving, fluidize, bring it to your focal point. Alright. All of that pretty quartz in here. I actually have a piece in my pocket that has iron in it that I really liked. I usually don't just grab pieces of rock or quartz from the field. Okay. So I'm going to submerge my pan after I leveled this down here out a little bit. Okay. I'll submerge this pan down here so I have a catch bin. And this is all the, call it the concentrates. Just like I do with the big pan, swirl, swirl, swirl. And bring all your material down to the bottom of the pan. If it's heavy, it'll sink. Then left and right, it's going to bring everything into your focal point, which is that bottom corner of your gold pan. Slowly wash your material out of your pan. And I think I'll get this big rock out of here. It's pretty interesting looking. Alright, so I'm going to draw it all back again. And now, since I didn't find any large gold nuggets, I'm going to bring it over to my fine pan section. Bring your material down to right around there. And just like always, slowly pan it off. Every once in a while, give it a shake, bring it all back down for the heavies. Get that one big rock out of there so it doesn't get in your way. The bigger rocks take more water to move than this fine stuff. I'll bring it back down again. Now I'm going to bring it to my side pan on the slick wall. I'm going to do the exact same thing, just with a finer movement. Alright, I'm not finding any nuggets right there. Sit down. Let me give it a little swing, get these two rocks out of my way. There's a rock there. Let me just give it a swirl. Alright, hey, check it out. I'll bring it down just a little bit more. I guess I'll carefully wash that down. Holy crap. There's a lot of gold in there. I think I might just sell this to you guys after I've run it as cons or something. Okay, we're going to move over here. I left my front door open. Dog's pushing it open now. I think that might be mica. Or just fly poop gold. So hard to tell. I'm going to do the bump, bump, bump. If it rides the front of the black sand, I know it's gold. And I think it is. It's riding up front, so... if you guys can see that ridge of gold right there. That is very fine, what I call fly poop gold. I'll have to get down in that spot and actually do a lot more work there. See if it's going to be worth going back, because I mean it's a good ridge. It's only 3 pans worth out of that bucket. So I'm going to hook up this here in a second. I'm just going to put this through it just to see if it flies through or not, because if it doesn't fly through, that means I can use it to recover. So next I'm going to do a little bit from each of these. It's slightly different than this material here. I'm pretty sure it's going to have gold in it also, so I'm going to get on with that one right now. Alright, now quartz sand, upper quartz sand. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in the other pan real quick. Alright, now I'm going to do some stuff right here from the lower quartz sand area. Same way with my hands. Just going to scoop the material out. Alright, I'm going to add more. It's just going to mostly dissolve like the other stuff did. I can mostly fill the pan on this one. So, easily worked material, that's for sure. Let me show you how I'm doing that. Just making mud with my hands. And that'll leave behind all your heavies on the bottom of your pan. You won't be left with much from doing this, because a lot of it's going to dissolve into your water. Gravelly. Yeah. This might be better than upper sample. It feels a little more coarse, more gravelly, which is always better in that type of situation. Yeah, a lot more material in here this time. See that? See all the quartz there? It's all quartz. That is not gold. That's a fuller rock. But, alright. Concentrate material down to the bottom of your pan by swirling left and right to bring it into your focal point before you wash. And wash, just dip and lift. Get those big rocks out of your way by hand. Remember, when you bring it down into this area, you never want to go in a circle like this, because when you do that, you disrupt your focal point material, and you have to do all the shaking all over again to bring it back down. So, it's one thing you want to always be careful of when you're panning, is not to swirl during your washout. Left and right, always. Always left and right. You also don't want to do too much shaking when you're letting it come out also, because doing that could cause exchange also. Exchange meaning gold exchange up to the next riffle and then out from just the motion itself. So, brought that down to there. Oh, there's gold in that too. More black sand in this than the other. Let me get that other stuff out of my way. This type of material, this is the type of material you're going to need a shaker table to get this kind of fine gold without having to do, excessive amounts of work. So, alright, I'm going to do one more pan of this bucket, and then I'm going to do the same amount out of this bucket. I'm going to put them both into there. When I come back, I'll pan that to show you what's there. And lower quartz sand test. Goes. Okay, so what I got here is the rest of the material from the lower quartz sand claim. I'm going to pour the cloudy water off just to help show. Alright, so I'm just going to shake left and right until I feel content about the heavies being lower than everything else, and then I'm going to slowly wash the material out, like I do with everything. Bring it back down to that focal point, and bring it over here to my finer riffle. That rock out of here. Bring it back down. Slick wall panning again. Even on camera here. Yeah, just enough. Alright. Careful, I almost lost something there. More fine gold in this than I thought. That's probably mica right there, so it's not moving easy. But I'll tap, tap, tap and see if it comes to the front line. If it comes to the front line of the black sand, then it's gold, which it did. I don't know if you guys can see how much is there. It's so fine, it's moving really easily with this. It's all gold right in there. Definitely not fine, definitely not big enough for me to be messing with right now, because I don't have the equipment for anything that fine. But that's really good gold amounts there. So, quartz sand, upper and lower, both had good gold in them. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pan off some of this real quick. And I'm going to do that right now. That's some mucky, mucky water, isn't it? Alright, so, next, this is heavy. This is bedrock vacuumings from the main hole at Awesome Sauce. Spilling it. I'm not even dropping it out, just do about a half a bowl, half a pan. Just like I always do. I work the material down with my hands a little bit. Get rid of all that stuff that's going to float away anyhow. Okay. I'm only going to do this one pan of this material. I'm just doing this to show you guys what comes off directly at bedrock. Even though pretty much everything that's really good in that square container I just showed you is going to be on the bottom of that container right now because of all the bumpiness on the road I just came off of. Yeah, it was really washed out too. Just had a big rain yesterday. Figured today would be a great day for a trip out. So, right again. Make sure the gold I want is in that focal point. Alright, well, the bulk of that's gone. Shake a little more, make sure it's all down there. Wash just a little bit more out. And I'm going to get my fine pan. And I'm going to put this into the fine pan. Almost like I said, frying pan. I bet people used frying pans back during the gold rush because they couldn't get a gold pan. So I bet they probably used their like their load pan or what I imagine swinging that thing would be heavy, huh? Alright, so I'll just bring this whole pan with me, and this one also, so I have something to pan in to keep those two samples separate. Put that there. Alright, so clean water in here. Just like always, swirl, swirl, swirl. Get all your heaviest pushed down to the bottom of your pan. Left and right to get them into the focal point, which is this part on the bottom of the pan. In the corner where you're moving at. So I'll get more of this water here. And less cloudy water in there. Okay, left and right, left and right, left and right. Lots of left and rights. Alright, so, washing material slowly. Being bedrock material, I don't want to lose any of my large pieces of gold or large pieces of silver. Which I don't know if there's any large silver in it right now, because I haven't seen any peek through. Oh, my foot. Alright, let's see what's there. Uh-oh. I just lost a chunk of gold down there. I don't know if you guys are seeing that piece of gold on the top ridge. There's a few of them. Oh, almost got away. It's all roundish. Look at that chunk of gold right there. It's moving easy because it's like a wire shape, so it's rolling easy. But that's not the only gold there. Looks like, let me see how many small flakes of gold that is. 5, 6. Besides for the large piece, I'm counting about 6 fine pieces of gold there. Mainly that one big piece right there. Hopefully, all the good stuff's on the bottom of that bucket. That's why I mix the material up before I send it out. I'll take a bucket and I'll completely turn it around, get it all mixed up so that one person doesn't get all the gold off the bottom of the bucket. Kind of like how the raffle tickets twisted up and stuff. So, but I'll show you what comes off the bottom of that bucket later, if I even do it tonight. I'll probably do this later, just for the fun of it. But I'm going to go post this on, well, edit and post for you. So, okay, so I dumped most of the vacuumings into a bucket from this, so that I can get down to just what was on the bottom from the ride. Bounce on like that to the truck, compress or push all the good stuff to the bottom of the bucket. So I'm gonna put that, half of that, into my pan. I'll work this down and I'll put it into my finishing pan like I always do with the other little tiny chunks that I found a few minutes ago. It's all from the same little bucket, so it won't make a difference. Alright. Now remember, this is not from Quartz sand. This is from the main hole at Awesome Sauce. Directly off the bedrock. Alright. I haven't really seen too much silver in this stuff today either. Usually I find a grip of it. Alright, so this is the same as before. Just a minute ago, still has that. Where'd it go? There it is. So it has the one little piece of gold in it, with other like 5 or 6 fine pieces in there from the top of the square bucket that I was doing. It's actually a drawer from an old tote. I'm going to take that off to the side for a second, and I'm going to get the last of this out of here into here. Alright, get that out of the way. Work it down with my hand. Work it down with my hand, so I had to run off and shut off the water real quick, so I'm letting it run. So, swirl, swirl, swirl. Push all your heavies down to the bottom of the pan. An easy way to test that you're doing this right is get a little bit of shotgun pellets. Any gauge will work. The smaller the better, actually. You just throw them right on top of your dirt and pan it out. Left and right. Huh? No, I'm talking to the camera. Wife thought I was talking to her there for a minute. Get this cleaned out. Put it into your finishing pan with the rest of your material. No, I'm not shaking it. I'm just doing a turning left and right motion. It's kind of like the lifting motion. Helps to remove some of those larger rocks. Now I'm going to shake left and right, get it back to that focal point again. Not that it's left the focal point or anything, but anything else that could be not in the focal point can be pushed back down into it. Alright, and this is going into, that's right, the finishing pan. Oopsie. Oh, that didn't push anything out. Okay, so set this in. Let it do its little floating act that it does with the air in it. Okay. Swirl, swirl, swirl. I know I say that a lot. Swirl, swirl. Left and right. Bring it to your focal point. Carefully wash it out. I didn't know if this was showing on camera, so I'll just make sure I'm over here. And slowly wash your light material out. Get it back to the focal point again. I'm pretty sure I just saw a few chunks of gold. Alright, so back down again. Over to my fine riffle. Okay, I'm gonna hand pick out that rock. Okay, now I'll bring it back down again. And over to your slick wall. Bringing it back down again to make sure I don't lose anything. I haven't seen anything go away yet, so I still see that piece of wire light gold. Okay, so let's see what I got at here. I'm going to tap it to bring it over to the side like I always do. And we're going to give it a little swirly action. Well, just another little piece of gold with it right now. I think I'll have better luck if I just run it through my sluice. So, anyhow, I'm done. I can't make this video any longer.